let's talk about unsucking our meetings. We've all spent time in meetings that suck, right? So we need to do something about this. This is a monumental problem. In the U.S., we have 11 million meetings a day.
11 million.
Every day. 11 million meetings.
In the United States, 11 million.
In the United States.
Every day.
Every day. So, to say we spend a lot of time in meetings is an understatement. Okay, it's an understatement. So it would stand to reason that any problems that we have in our meetings or relating to our meetings is then multiplied by this massive amount of time that we spend in meetings.
That's a lot of suck if you have 11 million meetings and say 75% of those meetings suck. I made that statistic up.
Right.
But if they do, that's a lot of suck.
It's a lot of suck. So you take 11 million and you consider things like 63% of these 11 million meetings are conducted with no pre-planned agenda. Okay, we're going into these meetings, no idea what we're trying to do here, what we're trying to accomplish. All right, that's a lot of damage that's done really before we even get started.
Right.
We're not even started on this thing yet. Now, 90% of managers attribute the failure of meetings due to lack of planning. Okay, we're not sitting down and planning for success, really, with our meetings.
If that statistic is coming from the managers, oftentimes it's probably pretty true because the managers are the ones running the meeting a lot of times. So.
That's right. And this is 90%. Okay, managers say 9 out of 10 of these 11 million meetings, they're failing because we're not setting them up for success. All right? 73% of people, and this isn't just managers, this is everyone in the meetings, 73%, they're working on other stuff during the meetings. Okay? Well, yeah, it's because we don't even know what we're doing here.
Right.
Like it hasn't been planned out. We don't know what we're trying to accomplish, so I'm going to set up my grocery list. I'm going to work on the report that I have to do later. I'm going to do anything else.
I'm going to imagine my life being a better life somewhere else.
That's right.
I'm going to daydream about that.
That's right. And often, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to imagine something better than these meetings. So we know this huge problem, this massive scale problem that we have with meetings, but why do they actually suck?
Well, so what really causes the suck? The statistics are showing that the suck is present.
Yeah.
So one of those is just a lack of clarity. What people are talking about being no pre-planning. Well, one of the things that you have to ask yourself is, what is this meeting for? What is the purpose of the meeting? And then that clarity should work itself out in, if we come up with a solution for this purpose, for whatever the meeting is, who is going to do what by when? If you don't know those things, you end up back in the same meeting the next week. It's happening again. Right. More suck is compounded. So how about the meeting? In the meeting, it's just poor facilitation. Yeah. The person running the meeting, and sometimes not their fault. Nobody's ever told them how to run. They were involved with sucking meetings. Yep. It's generational suck in meetings from one leader to another, not training anybody. How do you facilitate a meeting? Well, that causes some suck, personal agendas. Yeah. So people come to the meeting and there's an actual purpose for the meeting, but then it's hijacked by other people's personal agendas. Yeah. So the meeting is diverted to whoever's the loudest or whoever talks the most, causing the suck, lack of relevance. Yeah. Nobody knows why they're there. Like the statistic, right. I'm going to daydream because I don't know what's going on. There's a bunch of people, maybe there's a bunch of people in the meeting that just don't have to be there. It's not relevant for their jobs. So the meeting has a purpose, you determined the purpose, but you invited a bunch of people of which have nothing to say about the purpose.
That's right. So, you've all heard, this meeting should have been an email, right? Yeah. We've all survived those kind of meetings, and that happens. That means those meetings are irrelevant to those people, and there's nothing left for those people to do other than something else in the meeting. Right. So that happens.
And I think the final thing would just be, it's the wrong kind of meeting. So you have a weekly staff meeting. It's 2 hours long. You're trying to accomplish everything in that meeting. And you can't do that. Then there is no real overarching purpose. So maybe you have to have a 10-minute meeting more frequently to just figure out what everybody's doing. Or maybe there's an all-day meeting that's an off-site strategic meeting to help the organization figure out where it's going.
That's right. That's right.
Different meetings do different things.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this monumental problem, we're going to unpack it, we're going to give you some practical steps that you can take to unsuck your meetings before, during, and after each meeting you have.
All right.